All right guys, so what we got going on today, we have a 2014 WRX STI behind us, and we're gonna be installing these heat extractors. So pull out all that excess engine bay heat and lower the IATs a little bit, and overall keep the engine bay cooler. Okay, first step of this process, we have already taken the hood off the car. This car was equipped with the paint protection film, so we stripped that with our steamer and got all the residue off. And now we're just getting a general idea of where we want to place these. With a heat extractor, typically you want to place them in the low pressure zone. On this car, it's about 10.5 to 11.5 inches from the seam of the bumper here. And when the wind comes over the front of the hood here, creates a low pressure, which actually sucks the heat out of the engine bay. So it's actually pretty cool. But right now we are going to mark our area and tape it all off so we don't scratch the paint that's already there, and go ahead and lay our stencil down and start cutting the hood up. All right, so step 2, we're gonna double check the instructions, make sure we're doing it right. Even though you may have done this before, you always wanna double check instructions. Just make sure you're putting them in the right spot, because though you may be the same on both sides, maybe you're supposed to do it from the other side with this kit. So we're just gonna double check and make sure we're doing everything as correctly as we can. All right, so step 3, we got the hood flipped over because this kit wants you to do it from the back side. We're gonna cut out our templates and place it where the instructions tell us to, and then drill some holes. All right, so now it's time to drill holes. Little center punch guy. Stick it on the crosshair. All right, so now that we have all the holes drilled around the perimeter, I have my 4 big holes drilled as well. That way I can slip my saw blade into the hole and get my cut started. But right now we're gonna go ahead and cut out the section of the hood that the vent will actually sit in. So stay tuned. Trim action. See how much farther off it would have been? It would have been way over here. But this is gonna look and perform a lot better. That's scary. All right, so we've successfully got the first side installed and everything's cut out. It's just sitting in there now. I still had to put in a hardware once I get the hood flipped over. But first we're gonna knock out the other side and then get that one in, and we'll flip it over and secure everything with the proper hardware. All right guys, so now that we finally have our second heat extractor installed, we are going to just do the fine details and a little bit of trim work needed to get these looking professional, and just a little bit of cleanup around the edges here. But all of our bolts, this thing just falls right into place like it should. Other than when it is in there, you see a little bit of the white behind the black contrasting vent here. So just got to do a little trim work and she'll be ready to go back on the car. Reinstalling the hood with the new heat extractors. All right, everybody, so we're wrapping up the project of installing these heat extractors on the 2014 WRX STI. Turned out pretty sweet. I'm happy with it.